Yeah, hey Martinez! What's up? I hope you do well. Jimmy, I'm in whatever. Yeah, we'll wait on. Let's go. He's coming. Yeah, hey guys, good to see ya. Hey Dad, Cackles will be here in a moment. We'll just, he's running behind. But yeah, what's up, guys? Hope, I really hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. Me and my family, we had hamburgers and hot dogs yesterday. So, yeah. What do you do next for this weekend?
Oh, yesterday they went grocery shopping. But it was like we did sheets last night. So I had a grilled chicken sandwich with fries because with the going to the doctor and everything, I found out that it's not the food that causes inflammation. It's just the way my body is.
Alright.
Yay! I could have tomatoes and French fries and eggplant and all the other stuff I wasn't eating. I was like, they got me a big bucket of
Nice, nice.
so, yes. So we had it was a good day and everything. I made some videos and by the time I got through my second video, my voice was hoarse again. So it
Yeah.
does throughout the day. So it might be there tonight, and by the end of the hour, it might be gone again.
Alright, well, I mean, just like, take it at your level, whatever that
Oh,
is, and Kegels is here.
woo!
Hello. Made it.
Yeah, yeah, how you doing, Kegels? How was your weekend?
Busy. I did some cleaning. I did working. Did a little bit of resting, but I'm good.
Uh,
Hopefully, you guys had a
nice.
wonderful weekend.
Yeah, we had a good one over here. But with that being said, there's one thing I want to address real quick before we get started. For those of you who have watched my show for the past year and 7 months, you have now. You know, and since I would normally be joining us on live right now, but some stuff has come up to where I had to move home from the south. So Incense will be on for 100th episode. but not as a local co-host. So, wanted to let you all know that because I do like to keep my my channel transparent with y'all. So I wanted to let you know Wallace is not here tonight. And for those who are confused, Ancestor is Nancy's granddaughter who was appearing here at least once a month before, so yeah. Anyways, tonight, well, first off, hate to do this to y'all, but we're doing Christmas in May. Because tonight we'll talk about the Doctor Who Christmas Adventure special from the 2005 series. And yeah, so if it seems like we'll talk about characters like we're into the show, we will talk about the very last episode of the season, which is technically the first episode of the second season. But, you know, technicality and number systems in the UK. So, yeah. Anyway, so to start off, I mentioned number systems. This is officially season 2, episode 0,
Yeah.
or season 1, episode 14 in the US. So, let's dive into this now. To kind of give some background, the Doctor is going through his regeneration period, and like if everyone knows it, help me out, but this is where they chose from the previous Doctors the to from 9 to 10, which is Doctor 10 is David Tennant, who's
Yes. Hey, Des.
a great actor. I mean, and spoiler, they bring him back after his run as 10. So, yeah. Anyway, so,
Vitra, you are correct there. That is Baker, Tom Baker.
Yeah. Okay, cool. The, now, I will definitely say I have seen this episode before. I just wasn't fully aware of where it fell in the timeline of episodes. So, yeah. But we shut off, and I'm sorry for the unfamiliar tones, but
No.
we start off with the top disc, fly into London, and Rose, I forget her name, her last name, but Rose lets out, well, hold up, before that, and her mother and boyfriend, they'll set it up, set it up for Christmas or at work on Christmas Eve. They start to hear the whoop whoop, the whoop 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 of the chorus. For y'all familiar with the sound, you know what sound I'm trying to imitate. But the chorus comes down ranting outside Rose's mother's apartment, and Rose is coming out killing the dog, see her mother is trying to her and trying to get her mother to help her get the doctor inside because something's wrong with him, and he so she has to check up on him, and to do that she listens to his heart, and yes, I said hearts with an S because, and again, getting technical here, the timers for Godfrey, they have two holes, one on each side of their chest. So, but both holes are in perfect working we hear them be away, but we also see, Rose is worried about him. Her and her mother leave so he could get some rest, but we see some sort of golden mist arise out of his mouth, and I know my descriptors aren't that great, but I'm good with what we next week, so I will get more details. One of us will in a little bit, but you know, go to mix our mouth up into the atmosphere, rose and okay, this is what I'm gonna help you. What was the guy's name?
Mickey Smith.
Mickey. Okay, sorry. Okay, Rose and Mickey go holiday shopping because, you know, it's Christmas Eve. She needs to get a present for her mom. And, you know, they come across these Santa Claus like Christmas characters who are in masks and red rose with white trim because that's how it said dresses in the UK. And yes, I should mention that they call him Father Christmas, not Santa. But hey, this is US talking about a UK show. So I'm gonna use those I'm familiar with. But, you know, Rose gives a eerie feeling about this group of psychologists lookalikes. And guilty she did because they begin to attack her and Nikki out of nowhere, and they're all running. They transfer all the way back to her mom's apartment or flat, and you know, just really definitely trying to get alcohol for who knows what, and you know, they're scared, but they notice they beam away and all scratching their heads like, what was that? Who's asshole us? Okay, this is where I'm gonna pass it off to one of my friends, Keiko.
Okay. I do have a question for you, both of you.
Okay,
How? All right. So, you watched a little bit more of Doctor Who, right?
yes.
About how much would you say you've watched?
Um, all of, okay, the last Doctor I watched up until was the end of 11, beginning of 12.
Okay, so you've watched all of 11, so you are familiar with Doctor Who. I'm
Yes,
surprised. Okay, so you watched all of 10, all of 11, and you stopped at 12.
yes.
Okay, and our friend above me, what have you watched of Doctor Who? or are
No,
you
I
in
haven't watched.
from?
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time. So, like I say the very beginning ones is the last time I've seen them.
So
When you
let's
say very
say,
beginning, do you mean like old Doctor Who, or are you talking
Old
beginning of
Doctor
the?
Who.
yeah,
Okay,
so
so
let's
all right,
say
so we
like,
are all familiar with Doctor Who, so we can
Mm-hmm.
discuss this
yes,
as Doctor. We can discuss this as people who are familiar with the franchise, with new information for our audience.
Right.
yep,
All right. So one of the good things about this special right here is this is the start of it's the first transition of one doctor to the next. So it had to introduce the idea of regeneration to a new audience because Eccleston, who was the previous Doctor 9, was the first
yeah,
Doctor of the revival. So everyone got excited, everyone's getting on board. But now with this Christmas, like the end of the previous season and into this Christmas special, they introduced it to the audience the idea that there will be a new actor and there will be a new face for the character of the Doctor. So this was to get the audience acclimated to, oh, he died in the previous season. What are we gonna do with this? Who is this young man, this young heartthrob? Because they did really amp that up. These like young heartthrob playing the Doctor.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Um, and to do that, they had what we call like a Doctor Light episode, which is it's the episode being carried by the companion. You have Rose bring the Doctor into her home after after what happened at the end of the previous season. We get reintroduced to Mickey, her boyfriend, to Jackie, her mother, and
yeah,
see how they bring up the questions the audience has, like how can he change his face? Because they still don't know. They've only had him for like a small season, even at that. Wasn't the first season what like 12 episodes? No, it wasn't
so
short.
it was 14 episodes because,
Okay.
like I said, this is labeled as episode 14 on that. So, so
Yeah,
there was
it was like
12,
we.
yeah, yeah, okay,
Yeah, so the audience barely even had time to get to know him before he changed his face. Um, so he spends most of the episode pretty much unconscious. We get to see Mickey, Rose, and Jackie, and we even we get to see how the world handles a crisis without him, and
yeah,
that is all super exciting. Um, so he's unconscious. He's changed. You have the Christmas people. You have uh, the Father Christmases, the Santa Claus,
yeah,
who do their attack, but that's really just a prelude to an alien ship coming from beyond our solar system into Earth, who intercepted a satellite that was sent up with information about Earth. How basically Earth was broadcasting its presence out into the stars and attracting things that we weren't quite ready for.
mm,
The Sycorax, who use their technology to take control of a third of Earth's population and compel them to all go onto the roof of their buildings and hold them hostage so that we can turn over control of our governments to them. We get to see Harriet Jones, who was built up all of the previous season as being like the prime minister that was going to usher Earth into a new golden age, and
mm.
who was in one of the previous episodes with the Slitheen. Was it the Slitheen? The
I
ones that farted a
believe
lot?
so. Yes, yes, mm,
Yeah, so once again, Christmas special, but a lot of callbacks to the previous season to get everybody on board with this new Doctor, but this is still the same show, and it did it very well. Um,
mm,
so you get to see how all the different characters are still interacting, how they're getting used to each other, um, the music and the tone and the effects, all of this for this episode were really good. And I'd say they still hold up even 20 years later. Almost 20 years
Uh,
later. Oh, I'm turning to
yeah,
dust right before my eyes.
yeah, that is something I really want to emphasize here. Like, we're talking about the, you know, new that began in 2005.
Can't call it New Who
Like,
anymore. It's it's hard to call it New Who 20 years later. Oh, I would actually say what we are further away from the start of New Who than New Who was from the end of Old Who. Because New Who, all right, Old Who ended when?
I think DJ's frozen because he's in one spot.
Yeah, he just froze. I'm gonna message him. Okay, let us check the Doctor Who wiki to see if we can find out exactly where that end was. Because if
Okay.
this is that, then that's kind of crazy. Okay. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, it's just us right now.
Okay.
He'll be back. But I do like when they got Rose and Mickey got back home from the Santa Claus or Father Christmas shooting at them and everything. She asked her mom, she goes, "Where did this tree come from?" She goes, "I don't know." She goes, "I thought you bought it." She goes, "No, I didn't bring you a
Oh,
tree." And she goes,
it just
"Well, I was at
delivered.
yeah, there was at the door that said it was a tree." And all of a sudden you see this tree just, she goes, "Something's not right with the tree." And it's just like, does
Buzzsaws
this
through the
thing and just
clouds.
starts spinning, coming after them. And Rose runs in there to her Doctor Who's at, and they're saying stuff and everything. And he's not waking up, and she just leans over beside him and she just whispers in his ear, "Help me!" And he wakes up immediately.
Yeah, with the Sonic.
Yeah.
All right, I will come out and say this. I still am not the biggest Rose fan as far as companions go. She did not get off on the I did not get off on the right foot with her as a character, and she never quite like vibed with me. Um Still of the like getting off of that Donna. I'm a Donna fan. Always have been, always will be Donna fan.
All right.
But that's neither here nor there about this stuff. She did facilitate well, keeping the doctor involved. I loved when they got onto the ship where the aliens were trying to control people, and she was very good at like figuring out some of what was going on.
Right.
Her pretending to be the doctor. She was very quick on her feet. That part I
I
do
thought
like
so,
about the character.
yeah, I thought so too because you know, she had to come up with like saying like the with the, I would say, like rules or treaties and everything, and the numbers and what they were called and everything else. I was quick
Yeah, the
thinking,
shadow proclamation stuff.
yeah, and it was so. I think it was. I thought it was pretty cool is when they came out of the TARDIS and Mickey had the tea thing and it fell over and it started to drip on. Um, it was something. It was blue, but I guess like it could be like a heater type thing. But
Yeah.
it was tea, and it was the steam from the tea and everything was in the air. And this whole time, her mom was trying to give him tea to drink
Yeah.
to
Just need
help
some
him
tea.
and
Just
everything.
need some tea.
It was tea because it was the tea. So it was like, because that's the English, that's what a lot of people, it's tea. And
Hey,
yeah, we
needed you to
drink a
wake
lot
up.
of tea also, but it was the tea that woke him up.
Hmm.
You know, but when he comes out and he's well, right before he comes out, the alien guy, he started all of a sudden started speaking English, and she goes, "You're speaking English," and then the prime
No,
minister
I am
said,
speaking cigarettes.
"Yeah, I'm speaking cigarettes," and the prime minister goes, "No, you're speaking English," and it's like. So it then finally dawned on me it was the doctor, I guess, that was doing it, making him
Yeah,
speak
then there's the
English.
ethereal music and the door opens.
Yeah.
And
So
he
it was
comes
like
out in his pajamas.
yep. And then the banter between them two, and he was like, so he goes up where the globe is, a half globe, a sphere, or whatever. He goes, oh, this is the button you're supposed to push and make everybody jump, and like he already knew what the whole deal was of him trying to control people and everything else. And then he puts his hand underneath and he goes, oh, this is blood, and I'm just like, why do you lick it though? He tastes the blood and he starts telling everything all about the details and what blood type it is and everything. And the Socratic guy, he's like, you don't need to be, arguing with him about being up there and everything. And he goes, oh, this sphere that you're not supposed to push, and he pushes it. And everybody goes, what, did he jump? Did he jump? What's going on? And it shows back to Earth. It's like it
It
releases them, and
snaps him
everybody.
out of it because
Yes,
he can't
that's
compel them to actually jump. He gets
exactly.
it close to it, but can't make
So
them do it.
and everybody's like, why are we on the roof? And then all of a sudden you see everybody start slowly coming off the roof so they don't fall.
Even though realistically it would have been so easy for people to just tie them up and restrain them. But hey, it's Doctor Who. You let some things slide.
Exactly. They gotta have that dramatic effect so that people will be on the edge of their seat to know what's gonna happen next.
And
So
then we
then
get
they
a
do
sword
the
fight.
sword fighting thing. Jamie is gonna call DJ.
Okay.
So
I messaged him. He didn't respond. No, wait, he's actually not showing up as online right now. So maybe
exactly.
his net cut out on him.
Yeah. All right, Jamie. So then they come to this thing if they're gonna fight. If the Sextors wins, he can get Earth, and if Doctor Who wins, they have to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that scene. That was a pretty decent scene because it's like
He
he's still
gets his
kind
hand
of
chopped
weak.
off.
Then I was thinking it's his hand chopped off. He goes, well, that means some percentage. He says, I might still be able to do this. And he regenerates his hand and everything. I thought that was pretty cool.
How is Devil still seeing this? Oh, yeah, it is still there. Okay, it looked.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it for a second. I want to make certain
Yeah.
it was still alive.
And we're still on. I've got it on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to DJ yet, so we'll
We
keep
shall
going with
see.
the show.
Mm-hmm.
So then he sits there, he tells the alien guy, when he goes, you might as well kill me. He goes, no, that's the difference. I'm gonna let you live. He goes, but you need to leave. And when you get out there, you tell them that this planet Earth is defended.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to, as he's walking away, the Sacred guy gets up and everything and has his sword and he's coming to get him. And Doctor Who reaches in the robe and there's a piece of fruit.
The Satsuma.
Yeah, that he has, and he throws it, and he hits the. I want to say it was like a door
Big
button.
button.
Yeah. So he hits it the first time, and then where the Sacred guy was standing, it collapses. It just breaks away from the ship, and he goes down. He's dead. So and
Now
then
the
that's when
fact
he
that
tells.
there's this one button to open up this one tiny section of the floor. It's like,
Oh
why is
yeah.
that there? What purpose does that button serve? Here's this one button up on the roof that if you hit it, it takes out this one piece of the floor. Like, why is that thing? Who made that? Who built that?
I don't know. He said he got
That's not the
disconnected.
code.
Yeah, he said he got disconnected. He don't know how, but that's right. Yeah, there was that one button, and he hit it, and that just that exact spot where that alien was standing breaks away from the ship.
Yeah. For some reason. Yo, shake.
So then that's when he goes. They go in and they tell everybody that's left there. You know, he talks about gives them the speech and everything, and he goes, when you go out there and you tell people, other alien, other people and aliens or whatever that you come across, you let them know that this Earth is defended, and then they beam him back down to Earth. His dad's working on it, so all right.
And but then we come to a part that I did not like. And that would be when the ship is leaving and Harriet Jones uses the unit weapon to blow up the ship.
Yeah.
And then the doctor says the 4 magic words to end her career. Don't you think she looks tired?
So they were watching it and everything, and all, and then her assistant tells them that they've got this, they're ready and everything. She tells him the fire, and he goes, "What was that?" She eliminated the ship. He goes, "They left in peace." She goes, "But like you said, they would go and tell others about Earth and everything, about our resources and this, that, and the other and everything." And then after they kind of argue a little bit, he quietly walks over to her assistant and he whispers in his ear. And I really couldn't hear what he said, even though my volume was up. And I asked him, I said, "What did he say?" He goes, he told him she looks tired. And I was like, but he took his earpiece out. So somebody must have still have heard that, even though his earpiece was in his hand.
I think it's more what it did was she was so paranoid about what he said. It didn't matter what he said because all he said was, "Don't you think she looks tired?" And she was so focused on that it ended up ruining her career. And as we know from the next season, that leads to some other problems, him ruining her career as prime minister. Because many things would not have happened last season if he did not do that this season.
Oh, I know. So, and it was after that, then they were showing him looking at clothes. So was those clothes in the TARDIS, or was those clothes somewhere else?
Has bunches of clothes. No, he went into the TARDIS. Yeah, like you remember, the TARDIS has like so many different clothes in there.
So that's what I thought, because I remember it would always go back in time, and it would be like George Washington days, or part of history and everything. You gotta
They
dress
always
the
have
part.
proper costumes.
Yeah, you gotta have the proper stuff. And they came out, and then
Remember, bigger on the inside.
oh yes, it's always bigger on the inside. You see this, phone booth, and you walk in, it's like, oh wow, what in the world? So and then they were talking about when Rose was gonna stay or leave, and he asked her was she gonna go with him, and and of course the boyfriend Mickey gets upset. He goes, "You
Hmm.
never stay." And she goes, "Well, there's so many things I've got to go see and do. I have to go." But
But
this part sit there. It
he
was
does get
something she
asked this time to go, and he
huh?
turns it down. I think he does get asked to go this time, but he turns it down.
Because he puts out his hand, which is right hand, to take her hand, and she goes, that still like creeps her out or whatever. She's still not used to that. So I'm just like, does that a clue that he's done that before with her? That he's regenerated his hand?
It's
Because
more. It still freaks me out. As in, it freaked me out earlier today, and it's still freaking me out.
okay, because
She's
I was
still
like,
freaked out about him losing his hand and it growing back.
okay, I was like,
She's been
there's
freaked out
something.
about it since it happened.
I was like, is there something I missed in the first season? I need to go back and see if I can
It's like,
find it.
hey, it just happened a couple hours ago. Give her like a day or two to get used to it.
No, that's so funny because I was like, I love having the movies. It's like we'll sit there and watch that. I was like, that'd be pretty cool to do. Sit there if you lose a limb or something, you can just regenerate it. They've had that for years. Hollywood has
Hmm.
done that. You think of the Star Trek days.
Hey, we've got a return
There
of the
he
DJ.
is.
He's regenerated.
But yeah, I'm on my iPad right now. You should my
Gotcha.
data, but I had a complete outage of audio. But
Oh my goodness.
It
it
happens.
was,
We've all had like nonsense happen in the middle of a stream.
yeah,
We kept it
but
going for you.
yeah, let's carry on. Mm.
Yeah, we were talking about how he won when they were fighting on the at the spaceship and Sakura he cut his hand off and Doctor Who regenerated his hand and how as he won and then he let the alien live. As he's walking away, the alien gets up and starts walking towards him with the sword. And he takes the piece of fruit out of his robe, throws it, and hits the button. And then that exact part of the ship, just the part where the Zachary's at, falls away and he dies.
Yeah, I understood that way, and correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't a like trap door open on top? Or am I mistaken on that? Because I thought they had it was the circle and there was a trap door there.
Well, I thought it was part of the
Oh,
ship that just broke away because as the background as the alien is falling, you see Earth.
yeah.
Yeah,
It dropped right.
but I do believe, like, okay, let's say that, you know, because if I'm remembering correctly, it was allowing this part of the ship And, I mean, it, to me, it looks like the bucket opened a door that dropped him off.
Well, we were also discussing how crazy it was that there was just one button that could do something like that. Like, what happens if someone who's accidentally just walking around and presses it?
Not like I could completely imagine, let's say, if they had a kid on board, losing a lot of the crew.
I don't think it's OSHA compliant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think so, you.
So overall, I thought it was a really good show.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, overall, I would give it a 8.5 out of 10. Just, and that's only just because, like, overall, the effects were good, the acting was good, but I think they could have done better camera work in the city, but that's my opinion.
For the Christmas special and first appearance of Tenet, I will give it a 10 out of 10. 10 for Tenet and 10 for 10.
Nice.
I'm between 9 and 10 because I like the special effects was great and the alien stuff that they did, and then it was like he was taking off his mask. They go, maybe he looks like human, but it was still like an alien type thing. But and then with the TARDIS and how they had to have that come in and everything, I thought they did really well on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had big shoes to fill because if this didn't succeed, then basically Doctor Who wouldn't have been able to continue. If they couldn't get people on board with, you'll have a new Doctor. If the regeneration doesn't work with the audience, then the show doesn't work.
Yeah, right. I agree with that.
This is the episode which said that Doctor Who is here to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, would that be said, and I'm going through the script because I'm on data here. Next,
Okay, gotcha.
We will talk about what happened to Robot Jones.
Oh, wow. Robot Jones. Okay, that'll be very interesting.
I know,
what happened
right?
indeed to Robot Jones? What happened is the show didn't last.
That's the question. It definitely did not last. But it was just thank you for joining us. Come back next week for Robot Jones, and we will next time on Tuesday.
Later, y'all.
Later, taters.
All right, see you later, DJ.
Yeah,
Okay,
sorry about
bye,
that happening in the
bye.
stream.